everyone, so today's video is going to be a wrap-up of January and maybe February. I haven't figured out if I have to make two separate videos for this or if I can put them all in one. I'm hoping to put them all in one video, but we'll see. Anyway, we're going to start with January, obviously, and I will show you all the manga I read in these last 2 months, or 1 month, depending on how this goes. So the very first thing I read in 2021 was Hell's Paradise, Jigokuraku. I think I started this at midnight on New Year's because I wanted to start with something quick. It was easy so I could get my number of books read up to a good start. And so I started this and then found out just like 2 days after I started that it was ending. I'm pretty sure it was pretty recently after I started reading it, which has happened to me a couple times. I started reading Chainsaw Man and then it ended. Yeah, it's happened a couple times. But anyway, I read this. I read all the way through the entire series on the Shonen Jump app. Well, not on the app because they don't have it on the app, but on the website with my Shonen Jump subscription. This is a pretty popular series right now. I'm going to try to show you the rest of the volumes I have in my hand. Lots of people are reading this right now. It's a very action-packed series, very gory, lots of body horror, just letting you know. I enjoyed it a lot, but probably not as much as some people are enjoying it. I like it enough to keep buying the volume, so I will keep buying it. Also, it's only 13 volumes, I think, will be the final count once everything is published. But I really like the characters, and I really like the ending of this series. I don't want to say anything about it, but I liked the ending. I have a feeling some people won't, but I did. This is a solid, quick little series. It's not very long, 13 volumes like I said. This is something I think I could see myself reading again, which is why I'm continuing to buy the manga, the volumes that come out. And yeah, since I read it digitally on the Shonen Jump website, I would like to reread it again with the really cool art in front of me in physical book format, because just flipping through, the art for some reason does look a lot better in the books, like physical books, than it does on the website. Not to say that it looks bad on the website, it just it's a different feeling reading it in front of you with the black ink and the paper. Yeah. Next is something I am very happy I finished in January. It is Bloom Into You, Volume 6, Volume 7, and Volume 8. This is a series I've been following for a long time. It is a Yuri manga, which I was already interested in, but also the protagonist is trying to figure out if she's aromantic or asexual or not. But yeah, I have reread the first 5 volumes, I don't remember, a couple of times, and I really enjoyed the beginning, and then in the middle I was getting a little concerned about the direction it was going. I wasn't sure how everything was going to wrap up. But this volume is the play, I believe. This was an amazing volume, and then everything after that really solidified this as one of my favorite Yuri manga. I think it comes in at number 2. But yeah, this is a series I could definitely see myself rereading in the future as well. There's also the light novels focusing on Psyche, which I haven't read yet, but I would really like to. I own them, I just haven't read them yet because they're light novels. Once again, a really great series. I'm really glad I finished reading it finally, because I think I've had this last book on my TBR for a while, and I finally just finished it, and I'm really glad I did. I can add it to my completed series list. The next 2 books I'm going to talk about together because they're by the same author, and that is Sneeze and Mujirushi, The Sign of Dreams by Naoki Urasawa. I own lots of Naoki Urasawa books. I'm pretty sure I own all of them that are in English. You can see Master Keaton right there. You can see 20th Century Boys back there. It's kind of funny because those are the 2 I haven't read. I own Monster, I've read Monster, I really enjoy Monster, and for the most part I enjoyed these. I did enjoy this one a lot more than I enjoyed this one. This one is its own all-encompassing story. It's focused on the Louvre, kind of like Rohan at the Louvre and Cats at the Louvre. I don't think I could explain this to you if I tried. It's kind of a heist manga, if that piques your interest at all, but I liked this one plenty. Not as much as I liked Monster, obviously, because this is just a 1-volume manga, but I liked it and I would recommend it. On the other hand, Sneeze is a short story collection, which is funny because I usually enjoy short story manga collections more than I would like books, but this one did not do it for me. I don't think I remember any of the series at this point. I do remember there's a Godzilla one in here. I think I liked that one. There's also a lot of ones about music, which I think I would normally like, but for some reason I didn't like it here. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm keeping this because it goes with my Now Kurosawa collection, but I didn't actually enjoy this book very much at all. And then I spent a total of 4 days rereading Slam Dunk by Takehiko Inoue, because I love it. If you haven't heard of Slam Dunk, I don't know what you're doing watching the video. Please go read Slam Dunk. I love Slam Dunk. The last 3 volumes are just amazing. I can't compare it to any other sports series, and I read or watch a lot of sports manga and anime. I really don't like calling series masterpieces, but I would say that Slam Dunk is a masterpiece. Hanamichi is probably the best protagonist in sports manga, if you ask me anyway, personally, my opinion. And I just love everything about it. Hanamichi's journey through learning to love basketball is seriously one of my favorite things. Before I reread this, I wasn't sure if I liked this more than Haikyuu. I wasn't sure. I thought I might have liked Haikyuu better, but after rereading this, no. So I love Haikyuu. I love Haikyuu to death, but I think Slam Dunk beats it just a little bit. As soon as I finished rereading this, I wanted to just start over right away and reread it again. I didn't, but I wanted to. I also read this with my roommate. She read it for the first time, and she loved it. And I liked watching her read it, because it was really interesting to see someone read a series that you love right in front of you. I don't know if anybody else has had that experience, but I think it was really, maybe made me like it even more than I already did, which is hard to do. But yeah, I think if you have the means to buy and read Slam Dunk, please do so. I know it's been a little bit difficult to find recently, but I'm pretty sure reprints have been coming. I think they are coming right now, so you should be able to get your hands on Slam Dunk a little bit easier than you could in the last couple months. And I definitely think it's worth it. I love this series, and I probably reread it many, many times in the future. That was everything I read in January. I think I'm just going to continue right on to February. We'll see what I read then. Wasn't quite as much as January, just because Slam Dunk was carrying a lot of that manga count. So let's go on to February. The first thing I read in February was Jujutsu Kaisen 0. This is the prequel to Jujutsu Kaisen, or I don't know if it actually came out before Jujutsu Kaisen or while it was publishing. I'm not sure. But this follows this guy. I don't remember his name. I don't remember the name of any of the Jujutsu Kaisen characters. I'm pretty sure, even though I read it quite recently, I think in December or November I read Jujutsu Kaisen. Anyway, yeah, I do like this prequel more than I like the main series. There's not much else for me to say about this, honestly. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Jujutsu Kaisen is right now, so I don't really need to give you a synopsis of it. So far, my thoughts have been pretty positive with the exception of Sneeze. However, this is gonna annoy some people, but that's okay. The next series I read was To Your Eternity. I have read To Your Eternity before. I don't remember how many volumes I read. I want to say 9 or 10. I read 9 or 10 volumes of To Your Eternity before. I loved the beginning, and it was slowly getting not quite as enjoyable, but I still liked what was going on. I love the characters for the most part. I really like the main character. I'm really excited for the anime. However, after volume 12, things take a turn, and I hate it. I really, really hate it. And I don't want to say what happens. I don't want to say what direction it's going. I just really hate it, especially the most recent chapters that are coming out right now. I do not like it at all. I will keep reading it. I think I'm going to pause collecting it. I've collected 13 volumes. I think I'm going to pause collecting it until I see what the author is trying to do with this series that she's created. And I will watch the anime. I will keep reading it. But at this point, I'm going to pause collecting it until I get my thoughts together and I see what's going to happen, because right now the story is in the second of 3 major arcs, is what the author has said. So I don't want to stop like right now at the lowest point it could possibly be. I'd really like to see what the plans are, because I can see this series going really crazy in the future. And I do really like this author's work. Silent voice. I love a silent voice. And I do really like this series. If it wasn't for what is happening right now in the series. I'm not going to say anything else about this. If you want to talk to me about it in the comments, go ahead. I'd love to have a conversation about this series and what everybody else thinks about it. If you're caught up to the current chapter on Crunchyroll is where you can read that if you're interested. Next is another completed series. I read volumes 1 through 5 of Black Torch. That is the complete series. I thought this series was just okay. I probably will not be keeping these volumes and will be moving them on to someone else who likes the series better. I didn't hate it. I thought it was good for what it was. I do hate the way this author draws women. I do think this series definitely would have benefited from not being canceled, obviously. But it was okay for what it was. But I don't feel the need to keep it. Instead, I will be passing this on to someone who likes it more than I do. And next is another completed series. So I read volumes 1 through 3 of The Golden Sheep. Here's volume 1. Here's volume 2. And here's volume 3. So this is a short little series about finding yourself, and friendship, and what to do when people change and you don't really know the person you thought you knew anymore, and just trying to figure out life, basically. I think this is definitely a solid 3-volume series. It's not a big commitment. It's a pretty good story. Nothing extraordinary happens in it, but I liked it enough. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say. But I can add this to my completed series list. And the last thing I read in February was Ajin, Demi-Human Volume 1. It's in with Volume 2. I didn't read Volume 2 this month, but I don't want to take it out of the plastic right now. I will be reading this and finishing the series in March. I really like the series. I've gotten pretty far in it, but I would like to start it over and then read through the whole thing because this series definitely benefits from reading it very quickly. It is a very fast-paced series. And I feel like if you leave big gaps, you're going to forget what's going to happen because it is so fast-paced. And yeah, not much else to say. Lots of people know what Ajin is. I really like the art style. I really like the antagonist. And yeah. So that's everything I read in the first 2 months of the year. Let me know your thoughts on any of these series. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, any of those opinions are great. Go ahead and leave them in the comments if you'd like. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time with my next video. I don't even know what that's going to be, but I'll see you then. Bye.